Chatter time. Alexa, volume 6. Ladies, we are here for another episode of Chitter. We are about 3 minutes behind, but that's okay. We already got our drinks poured. And I got lipstick all on my teeth. I have three beautiful guests here with me tonight. Let me go ahead and let these ladies introduce themselves. I'm going to start. It's on the camera. It's backwards. She's to my left. She's to you guys' right. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Miss Tanisha.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? It's your girl, Gashia.
Alexa, volume 0. Okay, Joshia and Amber, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell everyone who you are, what you do, and how they can get in touch with you.
My name is Amber, aka Peaches. I'm a farmer. I do teeth whitening and gems. You can get in touch with me at peachysmileinfo@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on Instagram, peachysmileatl.
Okay, Miss Tanisha, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell everyone how they can get in touch with you, where they can meet you, and what it is that you do.
I do waxes, facials, beauty treatments. You can reach me at It's Ty Baby. That's Ty with 2 Y's, B-A-B, Ty with no Y. And my business page is Touch by Ty with 2 Y's.
All right, ladies, and tonight we are talking about the vagina. So often in our community, we don't really like to speak about the vagina or the pussy. We're taking back that word. Pussy is a word that we don't often use because, we're ashamed to say it. We get nervous. People like to use the word pussy to demean us as weak. We're taking it back tonight. And first things first, ladies, we already have our drinks mixed. And tonight we have straws and everyone's cup is Le Plum. So, we're going to do first things first. We're going to toast in, ladies. Welcome to Chitter. The topic is Le Vagina. First things first, ladies, we're going to go ahead and kick off the night with a poem that I wrote specifically for tonight, you ladies and gentlemen, because we need to take back the word pussy. We need to make it known that pussy is not weak, because people love to call you a pussy when they want to say you're weak. Oh, he's a pussy. Oh, hey, and I didn't know tonight we're live on Instagram. So if you're just now tuning in, take a moment to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. It is Chatter time. We are talking about the vagina tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, we have Mr. Jericho here to guest with us. And this is just to let you know, baby, the pussy is so powerful. It breeds humans. We need to make it common, and we need to, what did they say? We need to normalize being able to have a place for women to put their children when they come to group functions, when they come to work. We need to make sure that daycares and childcare programs are implemented in everything. And we do that here at Chitter Chatter. It's always a kid friendly, but you also know we're going to take a few sips while we do what we do. Everybody take a sip to that.
On that wire.
And we're tuning in. So first things first, ladies, what we're going to do is pussy cannot be weak. Pussy ain't weak. And at this point, I'm fed up. The disrespect is at an all-time high. But today, enough is enough. When you speak about the pussy, your speech should be spoken with pride. Don't whisper the word pussy or slide it between your lines. When you say the word pussy, you should hold your head high, because the word pussy is the define between you and I. Pussy cannot be weak. We are taking it back today, ladies and gentlemen, and that is a snippet from the poem, Pussy Cannot Be Weak. What we're going to do is, ladies, we're going to go ahead and jump into our very first question, because we're going to make it clear our pussies aren't weak. And we're going to make sure that we know how to clean it. We want to make sure that we know how to protect it. And we want to make sure we know how to make it come. Because please believe, ladies, you need to be coming too. I spoke on this when we did our topic about Let's Talk About Sex. There are so many circumstances where we're engaging in sexual activities and we're engaging in sexual relationships and we ain't never even had an orgasm. So first things first, ladies, what is the first thing you think about when you hear the word vagina or pussy?
Sex.
Good answer. Miss Tanisha said mine.
Mine.
Amber, what is it? Okay. So these ladies are being real nasty tonight. PG-13. This is, ladies, we are representing for the unseasoned Black women, and these are conversations that we need to have. When we hear the word pussy, we automatically think about sex and our nature and nasty, and these are all good things that we're thinking about. But people use the word pussy to demean each other. Like, men call each other pussies to say that they're weak. They say the word like it's a bad thing or something. So what do you think about that? Like what do you think about men and even people in the world? Because I have been guilty of saying, oh, he's a pussy. I have been. I'm reclaiming the word for me. I'm reclaiming the word for me and everybody else. So how do you feel about it? Do you use the word pussy to define weak?
Yep. Just because that's just what's normal, that was normalized, but
okay,
pussy ain't weak. You just said that.
Right.
But you know how pussy is supposed to be looked at as something that we supposed to be like. It's supposed to be fragile, not weak, but fragile. It's supposed to be the delicate side of the body.
I got that.
So when you call somebody a pussy, you call them like, oh, you a little weak, little
okay,
fragile. You ain't nothing but a little pussy. But it's degrading.
It absolutely is. It absolutely is. Miss Shashia, what do you think?
Oh, I agree.
Okay, that is exactly, ladies. When we think of the word vagina, we also think of things that are not as strong as the penis. And if you get deep into the poem, I've actually performed it before. I speak on that. When men can't relate to something, it's weak, it's beneath them, and that's how that is how. Because what Amber said is she refers to people as a pussy. Simply it's because it's been done. That's what she's used to. In our community, it's like I said, I do it too. It's so common that the first thing to come out of our mouth when we wanted to mean someone or call them weak is, oh, you a pussy. That's just what it is. We're changing that in our community. We want to take that back. So first things first, we also want to get into the pussy because we need to speak about our menstrual cycles. There are so many circumstances that surround our menstrual cycles that a lot of women are also embarrassed to talk about, also ashamed to talk about, because we don't often get to talk about it. And it's important that we talk about it because, listen, they talk about condoms on every block. Every time I turn around, you hear something about erectile dysfunction, how men have so many conversations about things to help them get an erection. And every time we have a conversation about period, everything gets awkward. It's like, oh,
right.
Oh my God.
A woman to go get some condoms, and it won't be looked at as
It won't.
I don't like going in the store buying condoms.
Some pads. I feel like, oh, this is bad. I can't get no pads. Like it's the same thing.
And let me tell you, but men, this is what's the kicker. Men are hesitant to go get pads, but they don't mind having period sex. So I'm really wondering exactly how does that work? How are you? Like, you know what I'm saying? So how are you? I'm supposed to have my little cups out here, ladies and gentlemen. It is so common. Look, period sex is common in our community. We don't like to say it. People like to shy away from it, but I'm not gonna say everybody. I'm gonna assume at one point in life, everyone has had the circumstances where you've had sex on your menstrual. And because of that, I'm gonna introduce you guys. Have you ever had period sex? And if so, what was your experience? Like, was it for me? I'm just going to be honest. For me, the only issue, other than the fact that my body is cleansing itself and going through what it's going through, is the mess. I don't want to clean this up.
I can't do it.
Exactly. Now, everybody done been out. Hey, Jill. We have listen. I normally don't do that, but me and JB have a different type of vibe. Men tuning in, period sex, ladies and gentlemen. This is the whole reason for me bringing this up, because in our community, we look at period sex as so disgusting, and like I said, most of the time it's the mess. I'm not gonna say it's not disgusting, because it is, just because of the mess. But ladies, God has come to save us. If you are interested in having period sex, and I'm not saying that you are, but you have to be prepared, because in our community, we need to have conversations that protect our young ladies. We need to have conversations that prepare you for things that will happen. And we need to have conversations. We need to have conversations that prepare you for these. We need to have conversations that prepare you for children and everything that comes. So if you happen to be engaging in period, if you happen to, let's just say you're planning a vacation or a trip, and Auntie Flo comes creeping on in like she normally does, get you one of these, ladies. This is called, it's not, I think it's called a C cup, but this one is called a soft dish. You can get these at Family Dollar. Ladies, you pop it right on open. And what it is, everyone's amazed. It is almost like a diaphragm. But what it is, ladies, it is like a plug. What you do is, it's like a plug. You put this in, stand up, squat, sideways, stick it in there, plug it up. I had to give you a full description. We need conversations like this in our community because young ladies need to know that they have protection. Men have condoms. Men have erectile dysfunction juice. They have the blue pill. They have so many things they can do to protect them when they're having sex. Ladies, because in our community we're going to have sex, you need to prepare your young black women to have sex properly. No, when you have period sex, if you happen to do it, it not only is it messy, it can cause a smell. And we want our ladies to have clean vagina. So in order for you to do that, you need to protect yourself. Because like I told you, the menstrual is your body's way of cleansing itself. While you're cleansing, you don't want to be engaging unsuccessfully. You plug this in, and I actually don't know how it works, you know, and how it works. But I'm going to assume that it pushes it back up and as a block. And these, ladies, I'm gonna tell you, because one of the questions I always get is, does it leak? These only leak when they get full. So it depends on the flow. These only leak when they get full because it's just like a tampon. So if it were to get full, take it out and replace it. If you're about to get busy, if you put a fresh one in.
You get bleeding, don't you have to?
Look, let me tell you. Baby, listen. Every different strokes for different folks.
You're right.
I'm not gonna tell you because listen, I'm not gonna say if you that heavy, don't do it. Because there's people out here that's just not even protecting and doing it. So I can't tell you to not use the cup if some people are doing it without the cup.
So I really felt like people can take 5 days, 6 days and not have a birth.
Absolutely. But what if
it was this many people to make something.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take one sip to that, ladies. There are enough ladies out here that somebody needs to know I need a cup for that.
Boy, I had no idea.
Ladies.
That's true.
I've never experienced
a lot of men
like
think it's more wetter or it's more. A lot of men.
I think it is wetter.
And they think it's just, oh, you so wet.
You feel me?
No.
Absolutely. Listen. These are circumstances that we have, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, wait. See, we're on live. Miss Tanisha is acting like she's never had a surprise visit from Aunt Flo. If your period is predictable, baby, it's a little different than mine. The date, we can pick the date about when she's supposed to come around. But
I've always kept up with it. It's never been irregular.
Baby, listen, lady, your period is so important. I have a period tracker on mine. She tells me she expects your period in a couple days. She'll be like, your period should be here in 2 days. 2 days come and she ain't here. I done had that happen.
So yours is irregular. Mine is
No. It's not irregular. She comes around the same time. She just, never the day. So yours come at the same day every time? She's lying, you guys.
Even after I had my man, I'm telling you, my period never failed me. That's how I know I'm pregnant. If I miss.
Oh, I thought she was saying she was pregnant. These are conversations that erupt when you are having these type of conversations. If you're just now tuning in, ladies, this is Chitter, and we are discussing the vagina. In our community, we don't often have refreshing, free conversations like this. We are talking about our menstrual cycles. It is so often in our community that people shy away from it. People are ashamed to even discuss it. There are young women and Black girls out here that are struggling when they have circumstances and accidents, because let's be clear, accidents happen. I am 30 years old, ladies, and there are some times where, like I said, sometimes you get full. Because if you're not even using the cup, you could be using a tampon and you just had it on for a little, maybe 30 minutes longer than you should have. Listen, Auntie Flo can be a 5-minute thing. 1 second you good, the next second you not.
That's true.
So we have to come together and create avenues for ladies for when accidents happen, because we're grown. So we know how to handle accidents when they happen. What would you tell a young lady if you were to see, like, how do you go about stopping a young lady if you see her and she's had an accident?
Oh, I'm most definitely, excuse me, I'm going to put you to the side. Excuse me, you had a little accident. You got a jacket or something.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm not going to just let you walk around with no.
And that's love. That's love.
I have personal experience.
Miss Amber, tell us your experience.
I can't give no names. But
please don't give any names.
Oh no, I know that. I see in that type of situation, you don't know, but it's you gonna know because 5-10 minutes you're gonna feel a little wetness.
Absolutely.
You're gonna feel a little
Absolutely.
moist. You're gonna feel your vagina or what we use in the pussy is not that wet.
Take that
on
word
an
back.
average day. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
I can't speak. I can't relate. She stay kind of.
Not every day. Not all day.
Every day. I can't relate. Ladies, we are talking about the vajayjay. Everybody's is different.
Period blood
It's
two
different.
different feelings,
Yes,
y'all.
two different.
Honestly, it's
You're gonna
more
You're gonna
thicker.
feel that.
Everyone may experience something different. Like with me, I experienced a rush. Like that's how I know. Like, oh, that's my period.
Right, right.
Like a rush. Like, oh my.
This is why we have to. This is why we have to have these conversations, ladies, because everyone has a different flow, and we need every woman to know that we relate and understand each other.
Yeah.
She has a rush. I kind of have a. It's not a rush, but when I'm on I don't even know how to describe it. And that's why we need to have these conversations. I've actually never had this conversation. When I'm not gonna say an accident, but I can feel my period when she comes out.
You know what's your period because
Got me my period.
But I don't get cramps. I have never gotten a cramp. Never gotten no bumps, no stomach ache. I have to know it's that time of the month. I don't have any symptoms. And there are so many women that cannot relate. Miss Tanisha, go ahead and share with us your experience.
You know, my daughter is 13. She's been having a period for 2 years.
Oh Lord, we are at the age where we are teaching our children how to have periods.
Teaching a young lady and seeing my daughter, I feel for her, and I'm like, Alyssa, make sure you got extra pair of panties. Make sure you got your bag. Like, make sure. Like, I literally was like, you good? You straight? Every time she
Absolutely.
a pair of pants. What you need? What's up? And it's like I can't fathom the embarrassment of it. And girls these days, they feel so different about periods. It's more so of like, oh, I got my period. My daughter was like, I don't like this.
I cried.
I don't like this. They're different.
I was very excited. I don't know. I was like, oh my God, I'm starting my period.
Hold up. But the experience, like, I taught Alyssa is not like, that she knew what was going on. So she didn't tell me. She didn't tell me. I'm washing clothes, and I'm like, Alyssa, what is this?
Tell my mom.
She's like, oh, I showered and put on one of those things in the closet.
Listen, that is a blessing. When I tell you that,
I felt proud.
But I had to take a walk. We gonna take about 6
Tanisha on parenting. I had to take a walk, y'all. I was like, y'all, it came.
Ladies, when you got your period the very first time, were you prepared? And what was that experience like for you, Miss Amber? You can go ahead and begin.
Oh my God, I was 10 years old. I was on my way to a hair appointment. No, I did not tell my mom. My stepdaddy told my mom because I made a mistake and left blood in the sink. I mean, not the sink, in the toilet. Not the sink, the toilet. I left. What I did was I left, I guess, some tissue inside the toilet. And one day, this thing, I was at my grandmama's house. My mom was like, ask Amber if she on her period. And all my cousins around me have not started that period. My I was 10 years old.
Ooh. Okay.
My grandmother asked me, Amber, is you on your period? I looked at everybody and was like, yeah, with tissue. So I knew then, like, oh my God, I don't want my cousins to know that I'm on my period. Everybody, Bloody Mary. I'm 10 years old. They 11, 12 years old. I'm like, oh my God, why did I come on my period at 10 years old? I hated it.
Absolutely.
Completely
by myself.
Kids have a different experience. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now tuning in, this is Chitter. Hello, Miss Kiwanis. We are so happy to have you as always. Hey, Miss Dorothy and Miss Cassandra P. came in and said that her and her daughter were in sync. And that is something that's real common in our, like, not in our community, with women, period. That's a woman thing. Yeah, when you are around a woman for a certain amount of time, your periods kind of get in sync. And that's a good thing, because I need to know that we're going to always have some cleanup. What your daughter call them? Those little things in the closet. And let's make sure we always have those. Let's take one step to that, ladies.
No, that's right.
Got to. She needs them little things in the closet. We need to make sure.
Not the panel liners or the pads. I used to think panel liners was pads. I got the panel liner out of my mama's closet and put that on, and it leaked through.
See, listen, all of these are conversations that we have. Panty liners, ladies and gentlemen, are specifically used for just that, to line the panty.
Yeah,
If you happen to have a heavy flow, I can't speak for everyone else here, but mine is not a little child. She's a grown woman. She came in as a grown woman. I was 9 when I got my cycle, so I was completely out the wind. And my mother wasn't really with tampons. She was strictly pads. I actually kind of introduced her to tampons as I got older. But when I first got my period, it was so heavy. I wanted to wear tampons because pads make you feel like you're wearing a diaper. But not only that, you sitting in it. And for a young lady that had a heavy cycle, I didn't want that. So I was determined. But my mother wasn't into tampons, and that's the thing that's in our community. For young ladies, if you're in a community where because the first thing they give us are tampons. We don't want pads. We don't want young ladies just jumping to tampons. Right. This is why we need to have this conversation, because the first thing, exactly what you just said, the first thing that comes to mind when a young lady comes to you and tells you that she's interested in tampons is, oh, you want something stuck up in you. That right there, that will turn young ladies away from properly protecting their vagina. Because instead of them getting the tampon and the knowledge that they need for a tampon like they should, they're going to try to wear a pad. And pads, because I'm saying they're real comfortable. Ain't nothing like laying down and letting it out and then going away. But at night, it is at night. It's so uncomfortable. And there are some ladies that literally walk around in that discomfort simply because they don't want anyone to think they want something stuck up in them with the tampon. It was really my older cousin Terry, shout out to her, that showed me how to first apply a tampon and how to use it. We need big sisters and cousins and communities to help us.
That's a big
and so, Miss Tanisha, we're going to jump to you. What was your first experience? What was your experience like the first time you got your cycle?
I'm walking in the hallway, the rotunda at Party West, and I was like, dang, my stomach hurt. I'm like, go to the clinic. And she was just like, get in here now. And I'm like, why are you pushing me? She's like, you want to call somebody? I'm like, what we need to call? What's wrong? So did you have the conversation prior to your I had no discussion. That's why I feel like I feel so much proud that I had that discussion. I did not talk about it. And my grandma went out of town. I had to go home to my cousins. Ugh, you gonna have to sleep standing up. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Just put this on. I wasn't giving no knowledge about it.
Absolutely.
And it hurt my feelings that I had to go home to them.
Miss G, did you have the same experience?
My experience was I was actually at my dad's house and I was just playing and my stomach just started hurting, like cramping. And this happened before my period came on. My stomach was cramping. I was like, oh my God, I think this is it. She was ready. I'm 11 and I'm like, oh my God, I'm having cramps.
11 on 9/11. That was a great year.
Mind you, I'm having like random cramps, and then all of a sudden, like a few days later, my cycle came on. But like a few days later, my cycle finally came on, and it was like I never told my mom, and she just kind of knew that I was on my cycle because I started taking her pads.
Right.
And I guess she kept count.
So why did you not tell your mom?
I don't know. I guess it was like I don't want to say I was ashamed, but it was just like I felt like it wasn't her business. Like.
I should ask.
Okay.
I was like,
And now
it's her business. You're right here.
and she paying
This
for
is why it's her business.
But you know what? I think
That has a lot to do with pregnancy, ladies. You have to know your flow. You have to know when you're fertile. As soon as your menstrual cycle is assigned to you, young ladies, to anyone that may be watching, in case you didn't know, because it's for so many of us, it's common sense. But for some, you have to be aware. There are so many of us in the world that don't have guidance. There are so many of us that don't have conversations. There are so many of us that just don't know and are ignorant. Your menstrual cycle is a sign that you can begin having children.
Yeah.
So,
but that don't mean do it.
It
definitely don't mean do it. Like you heard us say, no one here was over the age of 13 when they got their cycle. So none of us were physically ready, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally ready for the burdens that come with children. Ladies, your period is a cycle that you're beginning the process to get started. That is why you need to have the conversation so that you can protect yourselves, so that you can know what it takes to prevent yourself from possibly getting pregnant. We're going to move on to the next question. teeth whitening, and I want her to be able to really give her opinion on the topic. Did you ladies know that your mouth, the things you eat, your teeth, and your breath all affect how the vagina smells? Miss Amber, can you go ahead and speak on that for us?
Definitely will end up with a BV.
So please tell us what a BV is.
Bacteria vaginosis. You do not want that. You know, all these people that want head, whatever we want to call it, head.
Fellatio.
Oral
sex.
sex.
You know, oral sex or whatever, but you don't want no yuck mouth going down there because guess what? You will have a smell in 7 days.
You don't want a yuck mouth anywhere.
Yeah, like that yuck mouth in it. By me being just doing teeth and helping my community out with the teeth cleaning, deep cleaning, I see so many people that have so much buildup back here. You're not going to see your anterior. You're going to see always posterior. You always have to check the back. It's so much buildup, so much nasty stuff. It's just like, ew, you got a girlfriend? Oh my God. Like,
Don't tell you to brush your teeth.
please don't go down on me. I'm telling you, I speculate people's teeth. I look at your teeth. I see, oh, okay. Okay, maybe we can do something.
I'm definitely a teeth person. I'm definitely a teeth person.
Do not ever let anybody go down on you with yuck food in their mouth. That's because they got bacteria in their mouth. So that bacteria from their mouth entering that hole that you have will absolutely make you have bacteria vaginosis. Not no STDs, but if them bacteria, you don't want that because it's a smell. No woman want a smell, okay? No smell.
None.
Yuck mouth equals smell. You don't want that.
And this is coming straight from the dentistry department.
Definitely.
So we're going to move on to Miss Tynesha because Miss Tynesha, I don't know if she told you guys because I didn't hear her say it. She does facials and waxing. When it comes to the vagina and waxing, like how often do you think that we should shave?
It differs for different people because your hair can grow fast, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. You're supposed to get a certain type of length of hair because if you got nubs, it's still gonna be that way. And you can't halfway wax because you're gonna have 3 different stages of hair. Baby hair, middle hair, adult hair. You want to get where it's adult hair so you can find it and wipe it all out. But piggyback on what you were saying. When you come get your wax, or when you come get your vagina, you know what your thing smells like.
Tell everyone what a vagina
A vagina is a facial for your vagina.
And they exist, ladies. You have to get
Jelly, you can get it. Exfoliated, you have to do exfoliation. Exfoliation helps with ingrown hairs. It helps your hair grow back. Even if some people like their hair, some people like the island, some people
I like it all.
but like a baby butt,
I
baby.
want the baby butt.
But some people don't. Some people are not educated on waxing. Waxing, it say any hair holds odor.
Exactly. That was the
Hair
main thing.
holds odor. You gotta, if you're gonna wipe it out, wipe it out. And waxing is the best way. When you shave, you jeopardizing yourself from cutting your labia. I know y'all don't cut your labia.
She's using professional words. What is the labia? The
Your
labia?
lip. Your lip.
I literally thought that was a part of the hair follicle. This is Chitter. And if no one is going to keep it real, late plumbers, I'm not about to get on here and make you think that I know these words, these ladies, and I don't. As soon as she said labia, because you know she said hair follicles, I'm thinking she's talking about, I thought this was like the medium stage hair. She said there was a baby hair, there was a medium hair, and there was the hair. She's talking about the lips.
Labia. Y'all know y'all put that lip before.
If you knew the labia was called the lips, double like, double comment. If you're just tuning in, ladies, this is Chitter, and we are talking about the vagina. So often in our communities, we don't discuss the vagina. We've spoken on the menstrual cycle, and we're not done talking about it. Now we're talking about shaving and the importance of it because the smell is really, it's real. This is what this is about.
Drink water.
Absolutely. And eat pineapples. We're telling you how the teeth and
wait.
the mouth and the vagina and the vagina help you
debate.
smell. Let's have a debate. What you mean? You don't know about pineapples?
I eat pineapples all the time, so that's why.
Yeah, you already know.
It's natural.
So that's why.
It's natural for your vagina to not taste like pineapple.
Wait. No
What
one
you
said.
eat?
No one said it was going to taste like pineapple.
What you eat?
Pineapples help
What
you
you
sweeten
eat?
up. Yeah.
What you eat? But sweet does not make. No. Wait, I like my little pineapple juice. But listen. So, how can I say this? Your vagina has its own acid. A natural body acid is 4.5.
Girl, school us.
School me.
Science was my worst
I be
subject.
listening. Anyway, so
You need
the
that. that you may not be for conversations like this. Like, all jokes aside, we're speaking about the vagina, and what she's saying is important because we're joking and making it cool and funny, but you need to know how to make sure that your vajayjay is smelling good. Your pussy has a great smell. Miss Tanisha, please continue.
So there is a alkaline and an acidic chart. We're here. We're at 4.5. Vinegar, lemon juice. They're not. You know how people dish is not natural.
I thought that, but
vinegar.
You do it because they say
Your vagina cleans itself. If you are 100% healthy, you have no BV, you don't have any STDs, you don't have anything else going on in your vagina, it cleans itself. What you can do is water. Yes, you can drink and eat fruit, but when it comes to certain things, you gotta watch what you eat. What you eat comes out of your vagina. Like you gotta, hey man, if you want her to taste right, you gotta get it together. And this dishing is,
and we want her to taste right, so you have to get it together.
Vinegar dries out.
Yes, sir.
Vinegar is not healthy.
Ladies, did you hear that? Because I didn't know that. Like I thought if you're going to was brought up, you know,
normalized.
They dish.
But if you're going to dish, you
You
can
heard
easily buy a.
Young Thug said.
You can easily buy a dish thing, empty it out, put water in it, put what you feel is appropriate for you.
Right.
Look at things that are less acidic. Like one girl in my class, she was just like, yeah, I have bleach stains in my vagina, in my underwear. And they clowned her for that. No. They clowned her for it. And it's like, no, your vagina produces acid.
Yeah.
So you have dark underwear and they have like the little bleach spots. That's
The white
natural.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are learning.
Like, if you got black underwear, and then you got like those bleach stains in the seat.
And they don't come out. That is acid. That's
Ladies,
natural.
if you did not know what Miss Tanisha just said, repeat that one more time for ladies that may not know, because if you're, like I said, if you're a young lady that is not informed on what is going on with your body and how your body functions, and this happens to happen to your panties, we're letting you know here, Miss Tanisha, it's natural.
Acid is natural. Your vagina it makes its own acid. So therefore, when it comes to cloth, when it comes to anything that you will wear, and you will wear it on a regular basis, that type of discharge is natural. They clowned this girl. She was just like, and I'm like, yo, why y'all do her like that? That's natural. It's natural. I mean, her pussy is cleaner than y'all's. If y'all not seeing no acid in y'all underwear.
Listen, acidic vaginas are natural. It's healthy. This is why you need to have these conversations, because you'll have women that are unhealthy trying to tell a woman that is healthy that she got a problem. They're making fun of her because her vagina is acidic and things are happening. This is what we need to have. This is why we need to have these conversations. Because not even just with the acidic. This is why we were talking about the menstrual cycle earlier. Because sometimes, I have seen instances where women have had accidents on their periods, and instead of it being really, I feel like that situation should just be give her a jacket if she ain't got one to cover up or help her jacket. It should never be a joke. It should never be
you too old for this. It should be something that you should pull a person down. If anything, you're supposed to be like, girl, I understand.
If anything, it's come here. Like, I have literally stopped women I'm going to jump across traffic to say, sus, because that's something I don't want you walking around with. Because like we're speaking, outside of it just being a stain, I'm not going to kick it and fake it till you make it. The JJ might smell good, but the period blood never does. And let it sit for an hour, baby, it's really not good.
I had a terrible reaction to a tampon. I'm sorry, y'all.
Talk about it.
Tampons, for me, release toxins.
Okay.
Tampons have toxins in it. For me,
I can believe that.
The toxins in a tampon affect me 100%. It affects people different. I feel the lightheaded. I feel the nauseous. I feel like I'm sick, and it's because of my tampon.
You know what? Everyone is different. Everyone is different.
I thought everybody is different, but for me, I don't do tampons. And when my daughter asked me about them, I'm like, hey, whenever you're ready, I got you. It's something in the closet that I ain't never, used. But I got you. You really want to go down that road, but it's like, but my period only lasts for 3 days. Me too.
How does it feel to be God's favorite?
Right.
3 days. What I will say is, ladies, again, I think it's like, listen, that goes back to that saying, you always want what you can't have, and we always, because I don't have a 3-dayer, but I also don't get cramps. I don't get headaches. I don't think I get mood swings, but what I do notice, sometimes I do notice, there have been days where I look up, I've been snapping on people all day.
Very much so.
And it's like, you get my cycle is on the come. So that brings me to our next question. Do you believe that women should get time off for their menstrual cycle?
Yes.
And why do you believe that?
For one, it's painful, it's intolerable. Like, you can't focus, you can't concentrate if you're in pain. And then you feel like you gotta go to the bathroom every 30 minutes to an hour to make sure you ain't leaking everywhere. Like, what do I want to deal with that?
Do you feel like we should get time off, Miss Tanisha, and why?
I don't feel like we should.
Ooh,
I'm sorry.
I love to have different
I'm
opinions.
sorry.
Why do you not feel like that?
Cause it's like the type of person that I am, I can manage. I can cope. I know my emotions. I can get myself in tune because I've been doing it for a long time.
Right.
Now, if somebody's fresh, you know they in not elementary.
Why would they be working? We're talking about work.
I'm talking about period. Just coming out the house. Period. Like.
Okay, yeah. Now that's another topic.
Middle school, high schoolers. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
sit
like
at home. But if
and
you're
now
a
that
grown
virtual school
woman,
is in.
take your ass to work. Period gonna stop you.
Okay.
I'm just saying. If you know what you're doing, you know your flow.
Okay, Miss
My
Amber.
first day is heavy. I'm gonna take some heavy bags.
And she know when hers is coming on every day. Every month. She
Every
knows
28 days.
she's gonna be here tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And I'm ready. Look, Miss Amber, do you feel like women should get time off for their menstrual cycle and why?
No.
Ooh, she said no. Why do you not feel like it?
Because that's natural. That's a natural born thing.
But men don't have that. Men don't have that.
But they weren't blessed with this.
But we also have to. We have to do the same work that they have to do, and they don't have a cycle.
But we do the same thing when we're pregnant.
Okay, listen, but what we're asking is, should we get time off? We're not saying that we have to do it. So, you don't think we should get time off for being pregnant?
No, wait. No, none of this is a disability. If you have a disability,
hold on, wait. Pregnancy is a disability. I'm disagreeing with you. And I've never been pregnant. It is. Baby, it's a disability. If you don't think it is, you're carrying a human inside of you.
Listen.
They don't make them like her no more. She's one of a kind.
I'm being so honest.
Hey, Miss Ricky.
I am
so happy to have you.
honest. When y'all found out y'all was pregnant, y'all two don't have kids, right?
No.
When we found out we were pregnant, we were still
She
able.
got a point. That's how we got.
We were still able, right? When you get to that age, that ninth month, you're preparing to get. I went to
She's disagreeing with you. Ladies,
everywhere.
pregnant or not, and this is something that we need to come to in our community as Black women because we are so used to being strong and doing it all and trying to make it seem like we're warriors. Take every time off that you can. I don't care if you think that we should. I don't care if you think we should get time off. Take it, sis. You deserve it. You're a Black woman in this world, Black woman, and take every time off that you can get. Pregnancy is a disability. Your JJ going through its menstrual cycle is a disability. She's talking about what men do, and they could never, if they even wanted to, go through what we're talking about right now. They could never go through a cycle. They could never carry a child. So yes, we should get time off for being able to do things while working that they couldn't do if they wanted to.
So you telling me your period don't stop your money?
I didn't say it was going to stop it. We should still get paid for that time off. Paid time off.
No. Period is
Just like babies are natural.
For a woman.
That's why. Okay, so we shouldn't even be discussing.
So while we in pain and suffering,
No, we're talking about work. We're talking about work. And do you have menstrual cramps? So listen, Miss Amber, listen, ladies, and this is so common in our community. We have to understand as Black women, just because something doesn't apply to you, it does not mean, because this happens in our community a lot.
Wait.
Just because, listen, there are a lot of young, innocent Black men getting killed. And just because it doesn't affect our family, a lot of Black people don't care. I'm only speaking on that because how you do one thing is how you do everything. In our community, so often, when the situation doesn't apply to us, we're quick to jump to the other side. Miss Amber here, let's list it, does not have any children, does not have any menstrual cramps or any menstrual cycles. So I can see why she was going to work.
Like me, you don't have a kid.
I sure don't, but I want all my time off.
As a person,
First and foremost, I want all my time off.
as a person who's had,
That's what you want. We're going to take one sip today.
No,
Take your time off, baby.
don't take no sip. As a person who has had kids and worked,
Listen, I hate to do that.
Yes. The person that had kids. Go ahead.
I'm gonna take my ass. No,
need
That-
that. Now,
so-
when you're pregnant,
But
you're
you're not. But
weak.
it's not weak. It's not weak to
Man,
accommodate your
It's a
circumstances.
natural thing for your pussy
To leak.
to leak and have a
But the
baby.
rest of
And
your
you know
life.
what it do? Snap right back.
No, wait. Everybody don't snap right back.
Shit.
I can guarantee. And listen, hold on.
13 months for your.
After
Or
two
Or
kids,
you gonna stay at home?
after two
Yeah,
kids,
put the
darling,
straight
after
back.
two kids is not the same size it was. What I'm saying, don't snap back like that.
So
But
you
it
put the-
grows.
You
Listen,
gonna stay at home?
I stayed home for 7 months.
ladies, in our community, we cannot demean other women because they take their time off and you don't.
I took a time.
You should have took a little more time off. You look like you need another vacation.
I took a year
Take your
off when
time
I
off,
had
baby.
my son, and it was no.
So what are you talking about right now?
No, I was
You
forced.
don't believe.
I was forced.
Why do you?
forced.
Listen,
I
this
had
is a
C-section
problem that
and
black
I
women
had-
have. Why do you have to?
I had health issues after I had my son. But when you're pregnant, it's not a disability.
Tanisha, pause. This young lady said she had complications after pregnancy. And they had to force her to take time off, and she had health issues. You have to be willing to take care of yourself, baby. I'm sorry, and this is just woman to woman, friend to friend. Look,
But do you know?
when you're going through something and you're physically incapable, regardless to getting your bag, regardless of nothing, you have to take care of yourself. This is something that black women do, and this is how we get overwhelmed with life. Because at 30 right now, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Okay, you know what? Because I'm 21 too. Continue that. I feel you. Continue that cycle long enough, and it's gonna beat you down. You have to be willing to take breaks and take the. Stop being forced to take a break for yourself. She had a baby.
No, listen. You
And they had to
take
force
it.
you.
No, they didn't force me.
Who forced you?
Your
You
body.
said they forced me.
I sat down because I had a C-section and I had health issues.
So they placed your stomach open and you didn't think you needed a break?
Listen, but still, people.
Why are you so strong?
Why are we? No.
Why are you so strong? Tell the crowd. Why are you so
Why
strong?
are we making
Black
it
women
such
and
a bad
now,
women
it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad
women
thing.
can die.
Every woman is getting ready to ask this question. So why don't you think you need a break?
I didn't say after the baby don't take a break. Y'all said during the pregnancy.
I don't understand that.
During pregnancy, why are you taking a break?
You have to work to
I
take
said,
care of that
Exactly.
baby.
But
I
then,
said, do you need a break while you're on your shit? Should women get time off of the period?
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Y'all made up your own scenario and ran with
I'm
it.
sorry.
However,
I'm
like
sorry.
I said,
but I feel like you should work until you can't work no more.
I'm
You're
team.
pregnant.
She tripping. I'm team. Take all your breaks. You should take a break. If you get pregnant, it should be
I'm break
break.
right now for them
Take-
children.
Let's take one sip for that. Listen,
Oh my God.
G taking a sip with the
Take
child.
for the kids.
Ladies and gentlemen, so Miss Amber, you said you don't feel like we should get time off. Miss G feels like we should. Miss Tanisha, and this is a question that just arose strictly because of the circumstances that are going on. Why are you so strong, daughter? Why do you feel like you don't need a break? Why you don't feel like you need a break?
You know
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I
I
feel
get my
like you
breaks.
do.
I get my breaks. I get my breaks.
When was
But
the last time you had one?
Shit.
And what did you
Ride
do?
over here?
Those are our breaks.
Listen, when you wait. When you
Take
are
a sip,
a
take a sip,
full-time,
black
when you
women.
are a full-time
Break it down.
mom, parent, I have a job, I have a business. I have no time for breaks. So that drive here was my break.
Okay.
And it keeps me sane. It keeps me strong.
Ask me
So
why
that's-
they say that the pussy ain't strong. This is strong, ain't
This
I was about to cuss. This is strong pussy right here. She ain't even taking no break. No break. That is
drive
what
over
black
here when I'm
women.
asleep. But when
That
I
is
wake
what
up,
black women go through. Her drive over here couldn't have been no more than 15 minutes, and that's her
Girl,
break.
17
Mother of
years.
two. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to take your break. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now tuning in, this is Chitter, and we are speaking about the vagina. In our community, we don't often speak on the vagina, the strength, the power, the intelligence of the vajayjay. Because let me tell you, the vagina cleans itself. You gotta be a pretty smart to clean yourself. Because we had to get to a certain age before we were even able to clean ourselves. The vajayjay was, well, no, because you had to come into menstruation. However, cleaning yourself is such a thing in our community. We need to understand that the vagina is so powerful. We are taking back the word pussy. It is not weak, ladies and gentlemen. And I myself, like we stated earlier, had to get into it. If you're just now tuning in, I want you to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. It is Chitter time. And ladies, we are speaking about, Chitter chatter. So what we've already discussed is our menstrual cycle and accidents occurring in our community. So Miss Amber, why are you so strong? Because you also don't feel like we should take a break.
She ain't got no children.
Whoa.
I guess I'm.
She love going at the fact that we ain't got no kids. Like, we don't have a lot of work because we ain't got no children.
Okay, I have a lot of work.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Sound proud.
I have nieces. I got
Aunties matter.
I got definitely aunties matter. Aunties matter a lot, especially when your younger sibling have kids. You definitely have to be the one to step up. But see, while I'm so strong, I guess I came from a strong woman, so I never see my mama not work. So I think any day, anytime anything goes on, you have to work. You gotta work. You gotta get your. You have to build to rest. Well, I feel like when you don't have enough to rest, what are you resting for? Yeah. I mean, what I'm resting for when I don't have the ability to rest. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like it should be no brainer. Your period is your period. Even if I had cramps or this and that, yeah, I might slip over that one day, but then next day I'm keeping on trucking and moving because guess what? At the end of the day, I gotta make this money. I gotta make this paper for that 7 days that I'm on my period, and then the next week I'm off. So I don't feel. That's why I feel like work. You should work. You should work. That's just how I think. I just feel like you should just work.
I definitely.
Maybe but the older that I get, I hear things and I try to take things in. Like, working is not all about. You know what I'm saying? You should take a break. You should do this. You should do that. But the way I was raised, the way I came up, I feel like I see my mama just work. School. And
That's right.
She could have been on my goddamn period. I was a full-time student for 4 years. Like, I'm like a full-time worker. Like, it just period wasn't cramp. I don't think she ain't gonna bother me. Take your ass some Advil, okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're talking about. You can see on Chitter Chatter, we talk about what matters. We're speaking about the vagina and the importance of it. We have come to our very last question of the night, ladies, because the conversation is so full, and we have to be. I actually have 2 more questions because it's 8:50. We have 10 minutes left, but we have 2 more questions because the last question we just have to get to. But we just have to make it. Hey, my voice start changing up. When we get to the end of the night, ladies, we have to make it known that we need to be able to take breaks in our community. We have to be able to know when things are going on because as Black women, we have so much on our shoulders. We have so much on our shoulders, and we have so much that we have to deal with. When we get sick, we don't know where it comes from. Sometimes there are illnesses in our bodies, and there are sicknesses running through our blood that we don't know exist. But it's not until we get stressed that they come to the surface. So that brings me to our second to the last question of the night. Miss G, do you regularly get checked? And this is for all of us. Do you regularly get checked for illnesses and STDs? And how do you go about that?
When I was sexually active, I was, it's been a long time, about a year and a half.
Shout out to you.
Yeah.
She's a soldier. That's why we need breaks.
That's a strong pussy right there.
You said something. We're going to take 1 step to that. A year is a long time, lady.
I go crazy.
Better go.
I have been going crazy.
Next question.
I have been going crazy. But while I was sexually active, I did make it a
Oh,
habit
Rose
to go. Look, I did make it a habit to go every 3 months to make sure, just because I wasn't doing anything, ain't no telling what the other person was
Right.
doing.
And there are so many STDs and illnesses that don't come up until 3 months. And like I said, sometimes there are illnesses in your blood and your system that you don't know are there until you begin to stress. Miss Tanisha, do you regularly get checked, and why? And how do you go about that?
I go every year only because I don't have unprotected sex. And it's just for me. I go like how you take your kids to the doctor every year around their birthday. I go around my birthday. I get my annual. Your annual is every year. It's annual.
Yeah, that's
every
what
year.
it is.
So I get my annual. But say I meet somebody and I let them hit that thing raw. Hey, he got to go to the doctor.
Ladies,
not gonna play with
key, because we had to make it okay, common, and respectable,
and make that
to
man
go to the doctor as often as
Because
you can.
and men will be like, oh, you gonna go to the doctor for us.
And when you go, they're like, oh, I'm good, because you good.
You good. Oh, what's wrong with you? Give me some of your medicine.
and do it again. Just tell something in. Listen. This ain't night. Matter of fact, you was coming over to tell them that you had what you had. Ladies, protect the vagina, ladies. Do not let that happen. If the doctor just told you burning, don't go back to the fire and get burnt again.
Man, you better peep that nigga.
Miss Amber, do you regularly get checked and why?
I'm not even gonna lie. Okay, bro, I ain't gonna lie. My mom put me on birth control when I was like 15. So,
Mom.
I don't know why, because I really wasn't having sex. I'm not even gonna lie. I ain't started having sex until I was 17, 18. But I was on birth control, so that was a regular. But once I got into adult, and when I didn't feel no itching and then like that, I felt like it was okay. Because sometimes we have yeast infections. That's the only time I went. I never had an STD. Thank God. But I don't have yeast infections. Okay.
Those are natural.
That's natural. So ever since that, I probably just started going maybe like 4 years ago every year. But as an adolescent growing up into a teenager growing up into a
you ain't feel nothing, you ain't see nothing.
You feel me? And that was the normalized because at the end of the day, if you don't feel that, you don't smell that, you good. But sometimes that's
the story that they tell us.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna just go ahead and be honest, ladies. I have been through some experiences and had some circumstances. And you can literally be sitting here like this in the clear of day and don't feel nothing. You don't smell nothing. So until you go to the doctors and they say,
They say lie.
Hey, look. That's how you gonna be. Look, you lying. I know you're not telling me. There are some things in life that you can get a shot for. Thank God, amen. Please listen.
That is curable. That is very much
that you can get over with. And there are some things in life that you don't. But when you have those situations and circumstances where something happens and it's not curable, then those are the circumstances and the situations where you're going to be completely overwhelmed and you don't know what to do. Ladies, we're going to make it common and popular to go. When my freshman year in college college was wild, period. You're going to have moments and situations in college, and I'm not going to sit up here and act like I didn't have fun and I didn't do what I did and I didn't have experiences. But what I will say is God blessed me to when circumstances and situations happen, I was able to go get handled and checked and saved. That's what I'm going to say, saved.
That's true.
Because when they come to you and they tell you what they tell you, it's an instant shocker and a smack in the face. You lie. I ain't been with them but one person. And the doctor will look at you like, the doctor is going to look at you like, well, have they been with one person?
Right.
It's the only thing that don't become a lie.
That is how situations. We have to make it common for young ladies to be okay with going to the doctors and getting themselves checked. Because not going checked, because I seen an episode of SVU where the guy has syphilis. And he had it so long that he turned into a schizophrenic. You see the episode?
No, but I know.
It's called something. Watch the episode. He actually turned into a schizophrenic and went to killing people. I'm an SVU fan. If you know that episode, you know that episode. But he had syphilis, which is simply a sexually transmitted disease, and he had it for so long and it went untreated that he turned it started to affect his body, his bloodstream, and he became a schizophrenic. If you don't go to the doctors and get checked, it could possibly happen to you. I ain't wishing it on you.
And sterile. You cannot have no kids.
Yep.
So
Listen,
check your body.
You have to be okay with going out and checking your body because you could have something that could be curable. Or let's just say life ain't on your side and you got something incurable. You need to take care of that because an incurable. Magic's been out here living for. I never thought Magic would outlive Kobe.
No.
I never thought Magic would outlive Kobe.
The little girl that was on Oprah that had HIV.
Yes, there are sexually transmitted diseases that we think kill you that don't. And I'm not encouraging it. I'm just saying, ladies, we need to make it common and we need to make it okay for Black women and men to go get themselves checked and make sure that they're okay because we're all living. It's 2021. There's a song out right now that say, "Take the rubber off their whole meat." Do you know what's gonna happen from that? Everybody's gonna be getting sick. So please go get yourself checked, ladies and gentlemen. That brings me to the final question of the night. While you out here getting checked, do you know how to make the pussy come, ladies?
Okay.
Because listen,
No, I do not.
like
You ain't never played yourself. Girl, me and her, we in tune. And
Right,
you cannot physically
let me
fuck
to nut. You have to know how to get it to yourself. So, Miss Amber, you already specified that you don't know how to make.
Okay, my thing is, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, it's like I got toys, but when I play with those toys, it's like even when I'm having sex, it's like it's something in my body won't let me just release it.
Maybe you gotta relax.
You know what? Yeah, that's what it
is.
Ladies, you have to. We're gonna take one step to that. You have to. It's a mental thing.
I freeze up like, oh no, it's too much.
Oh, no,
Thinking
it's
about it. You have to take your mind.
No.
Just release.
And
Like, you feel like
let it go. Look, let it go.
just
Look.
relax.
Let it go.
That's it.
And let
Let
go.
it go. Let it go. That's what I'm gonna say. Let it go and come. Let it go and come. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chitter. We are talking about the vagina tonight. If you're just now tuning in, we're actually almost on our way out. But what we are asking, this final question is, do you know how to make your pussy come? Miss Amber clarified that she did not. Miss Tanisha is going to step in next and tell you exactly how she does.
I love me, and it's like, you know,
That's Black Girl Beauty, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
love me. I love me physically, inside, outside. So how I would want somebody
Take one
to do
sip
it
to that, because I love myself.
How I want, and you know, it's different for
Not
different
enough.
people. Some people like penetration to come. Some people like penetration, and some
I do.
people like stimulation. The two differences.
Okay.
I
I like both.
For
I like
you,
both. Okay.
do a little stimmy and a little penetration at the
And
same
not the money.
time.
Not the money check. Because you know everybody waiting on that stimmy. Stimmy is good. Stimmy ain't never bad.
So for me, I have to be literally in tune with that person. Like how I'm in tune with myself.
I do too.
I gotta be in tune with that person. Like you gotta mentally grab me here and she pop.
I'm telling you, sometimes when she gets stimulated mentally, she starts coming before she gets touched physically. Amen. They go to church. Do you know how to make your vagina come and how? Well, no, not how.
Okay.
So let's see.
I'm not gonna get into too much into it, but it's a mental thing. Like you have to relax.
Okay.
You have to be in tune with your body. If you're not in tune with your body, then she's not gonna respond, but you want her to respond. So
And sometimes you gotta know what you
Look,
like.
see how she look at her, baby.
okay.
You gotta know what you like. You gotta know what you like. Some people like.
Hold on, wait. We're talking about ourselves, so you don't know what.
No.
No. Okay, yeah. She was just laying up in the air.
I got
Miss Amber, do you not know what you like?
You gotta try things.
What makes you
What do you like?
Try
Some things in life, ladies and gentlemen, sex is a complicated situation.
stimulation?
Sometimes you know what you like.
No, the little knob. That's
The clitoris.
The clitoris.
Okay.
Play with her. It ain't.
I can show you
You
a
have a bullet?
diagram.
You have a bullet?
It's not.
And listen, these are all things that we need to know, ladies. The clitoris is what makes it come. But like Miss Tanisha just mentioned, just sit that on top of it.
You know, that's right. Everything doesn't necessarily have to go inside.
It don't have to go inside at all.
Nothing ever has to
That
go
was
inside.
that 5-minute thing I was talking about. Sit it on the clitoris and put your head back.
Nothing wrong. Okay, so when your body cramp up,
That's you.
That's you.
That's exciting.
When your body cramp up, stop thinking. As soon as your body cramp up, let it go.
It's like your body is ready to release.
That's
that.
an orgasm.
I'm like,
That's an orgasm.
When you feel like,
Oh, shit. Orgasm.
look at she in your face.
You might be like this.
no, it's been a long time.
when you feel like your body going numb, like your body just goes
Shit
numb.
time.
Let it go.
Okay, because it's like when and
Girl, you gotta take my
my
mother.
partner's like, what are you doing? My partner's like, what you doing? Relax. And I'll be like, I'm
And let me tell you something.
You like your
Ladies,
Okay, I know
hold on,
what
wait, pause. Ladies, this is a very important note when it comes to the vagina. Listen to your man.
Do you like?
Did you not hear her say that he be saying calm down? And he's telling you to calm down, baby. He knows what to do. He got you. He sees you out of control and you wild, baby. Calm down. Let that man take you down.
Let him take you up.
Let him take you down.
Let him take you up.
Where we going? 90s babies.
okay, that's right.
Okay, cool.
Listen though.
We listen.
Okay, back in the day, you know how those TLC shows used to come on, like some roll them.
Hey, Dante. Oh, hey, Derek.
It was.
Hey, Quincy. Oh, y'all tuned in to the vagina.
Okay, so
Y'all tuned in to the vagina for sure.
listen, it was a show that came on, and this lady, she just had orgasm. One time she had that
In
one
her room. I
She
see
had
that. Listen.
and that be in my mind, like, if I had this one orgasm,
Amber.
No,
No overthinking, baby.
listen.
You're definitely overthinking.
Overthinking.
What she had going on was
It was a
tripping.
syndrome.
But if you're in the bedroom with your man and y'all get into it, baby, the orgasm is the best part of the situation.
Okay, thank you.
And if you don't get that, and I'm telling you, if you don't get that, when I say get that, I mean eyes rolling in the back of your head. You take control. You have to look at him. You have to look at him like, baby, who are you?
Okay.
If you never look at a nigga like, who are you?
You know what you doing, you fucking, you ain't loving.
Okay.
But that's what's happening. This is what we on. Listen, ladies, this is Chitter, Chatter, and we have to speak about the vagina. It is actually 9:06.
Baby,
And it is time to go, ladies. This conversation has gone overboard. And you know what? I want to sit on it.
That's my
Hey,
song.
tell me how you. Listen, that was going too far. But that's the vibe, ladies. This is Chitter, and we have been speaking about the vagina tonight, ladies. I want to thank you, ladies, for coming on. I really appreciated you being honest and authentic, and this topic was so heavy that we had to have some women that were okay with who they are and accepted themselves to be able to have it. And normally I do this at the beginning, but I got to do it at the end. 5 ways to connect with Uniqua. You can catch me on Instagram. I am Uniqua. That's IAMUNIQUIA. On Facebook, I'm Uniquia Manigault. You can look me up at IamUniqua.com. And also, Miss Amanda didn't come in tonight, but that when you join our Black Girl Beauty Facebook group, that is a way for blackgirlbeautyinc.org on Facebook. That is how you connect with Uniqua. That is how you connect with Miss Amanda Manigault. That is how you keep up with what is going on with Black Girl Beauty. This is Black Girl Beauty, Chitter, and we are closing out, ladies and gentlemen. Miss G, go ahead and reintroduce yourself. Tell everyone who you are, how to get in contact with you. We've had a great time.
Yes, I'm G. You can follow me on Instagram at GoldenOLocks. Yeah, that's about it.
Miss Amber, go ahead and introduce yourself. She makes me mad every time she do that. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell everyone how they can get in contact with you and what you do. And also list your specials, because she has a few specials going on right now.
Again, okay, my name is Amber, aka Peaches. I do teeth whitening and gems. I have a special going on $35 all month until September. August and July, August is my specials. $35, everything. I also do teeth whitening, gems, and you can reach me at Peachy Smile ATL at Instagram, or you can reach me at peachysmileinfo@gmail.com. I can reach out to you in both of those ways. So get at me. I can hit you up, get your teeth, get your mouth clean, all that yuck mouth. So all that yuck mouth, it can be on.
Then y'all can come to me.
Okay, yeah, come home from the
Go ahead, Miss Tanisha.
Get that thing waxed, ready to play with, lick, don't get no bumps, no pimples, no nothing. We making pretty pussies out 2021, 22.
Okay.
Hey, get in the and facials. I do beard treatments. What else do I do? Back treatments, back waxing. Some people, hey man.
You do massages?
Yes. However, hand and foot only. And that's an extra add-on to whatever service you get. And no happy endings. And I wax.
No happy endings.
I wax Gucci's.
Not this professional. I know how to make you real.
I wax the gooch. I wax the gooch.
I do too.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chitter. And we're going to take one more sip before we have a great night, ladies. It has been a great night. Thank you for tuning in. Next week, I'll tell you what the topic is later on in the week, because right now, I haven't come up with the topic. So, we're going to move right. We're going to go ahead and close out. It has been a plum pleasing pleasure. Thank you for tuning in. This is Black Girl Beauty. Black women coming together and Black women. We have discussed the vagina tonight. And we have talked about the functions, the movement, how to make it come, your menstrual cycle, because so often in our communities, we don't talk about it. We have been informed on so many things that we didn't know existed when it came to the vagina. We've They don't have other, not even just black women. They don't have anyone that they can come to have these type of conversations. Because what we talked about tonight, if you don't know, it needs to be told to you. If you don't know how to make yourself come, you need to be told. If you don't know how to care for yourself when you're going through your menstrual cycle, you need to be told. If you don't know what to do to properly cleanse yourself, because that's something we wipe front to back, ladies. We didn't speak on that. You have to know how to properly cleanse yourself. Use Vagisil, powder, no douching, but be sure that you cleanse yourself properly. This has been Chitter Chatter. It's a plum cleansing pleasure. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm so happy to have you. And we are out. It is 9/11, Miss G's birthday. So we're going to end on that note. She was born on September 11th. One time for the Virgos.